I'm rolling with FD.
I am rolling with FD.
I'm rolling with FD.
I'm rolling with FD, baby.
We are rolling with FD.
I'm rolling with FD.
We got alphas and bros in the house.
That's right.
Peace out, my brother.
Woo! I'm rolling with the F to the D.
Learn something new every day when you're rolling with FD.
We are rolling with FD, baby.
I roll with one person, and that's FD.
I'm rolling with FD, baby.
You gotta love it, man.
Hey, Renee, who you rolling with?
Rolling with FD.
Hey, Matt. Rolling with FD.
You don't have to ask. I'm rolling with FD.
My man, C. Bless. Who you rolling with?
I'm rolling with FD.
I'm rolling with FD.
That's how you just rolling, right? That's the whole thing, right? You roll with it.
I'm rolling with FD.
Manny and Jeremy, who you rolling with?
We're rolling with FD. We don't want to get our asses kicked.
My man, Dan, the card man. I appreciate you, dog. You gotta let the people know who you rolling with.
Well, obviously I'm rolling with FD.
I'm rolling with FD, baby.
Chasing Cardboard is rolling with FD.
Rolling with FD.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is FD, rolling with FD. It's January 8th, 6:03 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We got Washington playing Michigan in the national championship game. But this is the first what's the play of 2024. I definitely want to say Happy New Year to everybody, but I'm really excited about our guest. I think she has a great background, great perspective to talk to about the hobby and more, and I want to talk to her for a while. We got Jenny Marie Sports Cards here. What's going on?
Hey.
What's
Hi,
happening?
everybody.
What is going down? See if we got any comments here.
Can't promise you my family's not going to pipe in on this one.
Well, they should jump in. We want them to jump in. Just point them out so I can talk to them. Big John saying we rolling. We got Jonathan Williams. We rolling.
That's family.
There we go. Fam in the house. Jonathan, what's up? Then we got Demetrius Hughes, who I went to high school with, saying that we're rolling go blue. He also went to Michigan. We'll see, Demetrius. I think it's looking very good for you all right now. I thought Washington was going to run with some things, but the game is not over. Remember I said that. So let's start, Jenny, by let me ask you, tell us where you kind of grew up. I always get into, like, we know when you watch a Marvel movie, you get into the origin of the hero. What's your origin story? Where'd you grow up? Tell us a little bit about your background, and then tell us how you got introduced to the hobby.
Okay, so I grew up in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. My dad drove a beer truck, and from, I guess, since I was a little girl, I'd remember him coming home from his route, and he would have sports cards. And so one way that I would be able to bond with my dad was to go through sports cards, and he would have me sleeve them, you know, the binders, and put them in the sleeves, which they got stuck to. But anyways, I would sleeve them up with him. We'd go through them, and he'd always have baseball on. And so that was kind of my first memory. Then when I got a little bit older, the police cars would come by with old Milwaukee Brewers cards. So like Raleigh Fingers, Paul Molitor, things like that. And I would always run out the front door to go grab cards because I wanted to take them to my daddy and be like, hey, look what I got. So, you know, that was in the beginning. And then obviously became a teenage girl, lost a lot of interest in it, had babies. Then when I married my husband, Sasha, he actually is an avid sports card collector, has done it since he was a little boy, never stopped. And one thing that I really felt would be a good way for us to bond and for me to get more attention selfishly was to also get back into sports cards. So I started watching the videos and learning about it, asking him questions. We started, you know, just breaking at home. And that's how it started with being an adult.
All right. Very, very great story to me.
Thank you.
We got Jonathan here saying, love you, Mom.
Right. Hi, guys.
Love that. We got Phil Washburn, Papa J.
That's my papa.
Mr. Washburn, I'm glad that you're here. We got Demetrius coming back saying, hi, Jenny. People showing you love.
Yes.
So what is your favorite sport? Is it baseball? Is it football? I know we were conversing a little bit in a And a note about the Packers. What's your favorite sport?
I enjoy watching football, but I was also a band nerd. So I grew up, marching band, football games. And so I understand it more, I think.
What instrument did you play?
I was actually in percussion, and I'm sure my daughter's watching, so I won't say I was a good percussionist. I did the pit, and then I did cymbals. She actually played snare drums, so I can never, be on that level with her. But yeah, I was still in percussion.
Very cool. Very cool. I have a son and a daughter that were both in band. One was in band at UCLA, and some played the tuba in high school.
Nice.
And when I played sports, was there like when you were in school, did the football team or the basketball team, did they interact with the band a lot? Yeah, I didn't interact with the band. We would hear them.
Not really.
And they would get us hyped, but I never really interacted with the band.
No, we never talked to them. I mean, I went to Killeen High School, and that was when we won the 1990. I think it was. I'm gonna get it wrong, but maybe 92 or 93. We won the 5A state champs, and so my best memory of that was we went down to the Astrodome. And so I got to play, I think we were playing the Chop Chop song, which was stupid because we were kangaroos. It made absolutely no sense. But we were getting everybody hyped up by playing that over and over again when we were winning. But, it was the old Astrodome. And it was probably my coolest moment of, being in a stadium at that time.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
The Astrodome, that place is historic for really kicking off artificial turf in the world.
Yeah, that was really overwhelming as a kid. It was like, whoa, I can't believe things are this big,
Did you get on the field itself?
So yeah, we had to get on the field for marching,
That's
during the halftime show.
Because that's a field that it was concrete, and then they rolled out this very thin layer of grass-like substance.
Right.
That's before they did any kind of cushion or anything. So
yeah, no, it was awesome.
Big John says, love when it's a family thing. Family here. The Card Hunter says cheers.
Cheers.
Yes. Cheers. So, but you also watch some basketball, right?
I do.
So you collect some basketball cards. Who are some of your favorite players right now?
So right now, obviously, Wemby has been a big deal to me. I love watching him. I actually wanted to start collecting his cards before he even started playing. I mean, it was a big deal to me. My husband collects a lot of Chet. So we've been doing the Chet Wemby thing, arguing who's going to be the whole rookie of the year. I personally love Klay Thompson.
I love Klay too.
Yeah. So I've got a lot of his cards. And then, just in our collection together, we have, all the old MJs and LeBrons and things like that. But I tend to keep basically Klay, and I've been, I'm going to mess up his name, but Brandon Pajenski. So I started collecting him before he actually started getting gameplay.
I saw that.
So I am so excited to be watching him play. I don't know if he's going to get as much time now, being that Draymond is back, but we'll see.
Is Draymond officially back?
I think so.
Well, something told me, we can caveat on this a little bit. Something told me when Draymond started addressing the public and he did an episode of his podcast that he was back. I didn't see anything earlier today that said that, but thanks for that information.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but it just was a concern to mine because I was like, I was really loving watching Brandon get so much time, I'm like, oh, I liked watching him. It was fun.
I think he'll still be in the mix a little bit, but probably, not as many minutes.
Yeah.
They got Draymond playing that point guard. So,
yeah.
So you said, who do you think is going to win between Chet and Wemby as far as rookie of the year? I'll give you my prediction.
You know what? Okay, of course, I want to say Wemby. Then I was leaning for Chet because of who Wemby's playing for, things like that. But you know what? I really think Wemby's going to pull it off. I do. Okay. So what's your thought process?
I'm going to give my vote for Chet. I think it's because Chet is playing with a team that allows him to showcase himself in OKC.
Right.
Wemby does too. I mean, Wemby's getting time, and the game he just had against Milwaukee was excellent, and he took it straight to Giannis.
Yeah.
We'll just see. I mean, they're really playing. If you look at their stat line,
I know.
I mean, they're right there with each other. 18, 19, I think, a game, and their rebounds and assists are pretty much even. Their field goal percentage is somewhat. I think Chet has the advantage on that, so it's very close.
I truly think because I'm such a competitive person that because my husband's saying Chet, I'm gonna go with Wemby. Just because I love that competition.
I think you should keep that. Yeah. Go ahead.
Like the Packers playing the Cowboys next weekend. That is gonna be one of those situations with my husband and I was gonna be like, ah, yeah.
Well, they'll probably be one of the few times I'm rooting for the Packers. I hope the Cowboys out. That's no Cowboy love. Machado is picking someone new.
Yeah, I see that.
He's playing ball.
Yeah. I actually have a couple of his cards now. I do.
Coming out of UCLA, you can see that he can shoot the three, and he could defend left to right. But no one, I think, would ever thought that he's showing himself to be the player that he is, and playing with Butler, and that's what Butler needs. So, I mean, he has a good shot of being Rookie of the Year. I would agree. Don't sleep on him. 805. I think he's from a city called Camarillo, California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Big John says, right, Machado. Papa Jim, what's up? Good to have
Papa
you.
Jim?
Good to have you here, Papa Jim.
I'm hoping I see him in Dallas. He's at
show. I hope one day I have the honor of signing something for him. I mean, he is. I watch it. I don't think he knows that I check him out.
Aww.
And his interaction at shows, and he takes pictures, and he'll have a person in the hobby sign them. For those out there, I would be honored if I just had a conversation with him. But
right, yeah.
Papa Jim, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for being here. Machado said, yes, Draymond was reinstated this past weekend. Said he needs a week to ramp up. He doesn't need a week. He's in shape right now. Machado, yeah, that little small town called Camarillo, California. Yeah, I think he's from there. Machado, yeah, it's been a while. So just so y'all know, we're still rolling. I tried to take some time over the holiday, focus on eating right during the holidays, getting plenty of rest, spending time with family, took extra time off work to get just a bunch of stuff done. But I'm trying, Jenny's kicking off 2024 for us. She knows that she's going to be back a few more times this year to give us the word on what's going on. But we're trying to get a lineup where we have people in the hobby, trying to also have some people out of the hobby. So if anybody knows someone that you say, hey, I would like to see FD talk to him, let me know. I would love to. We got Megan saying, that's my mama.
I told you.
I love my people in here.
here.
I love it, Megan. What's up? What's going on? We got Clay Phillips. What's up, FD and Jenny? We rolling. Yeah. So I know you attend shows. Walk me through what shows do you go to and why you choose to be there. And when you go, what are you looking for? What do you do at the show?
So when it comes to shows, I haven't been too far out of my area. Okay. I've been to the Dallas Card Show now 3 times, going in January. And I've been to the, I think it's the Hall of Fame, the Sports Hall of Fame in Waco. Okay. I went to a sports card show there, and that's pretty much all I've done so far. I have a lot of goals for this year. I really want to, I think the Nationals in Ohio this year, I believe.
Yes, in Cleveland. Yep.
Yeah. So I'd like to try to set a goal to go to that. Now, the last times I was at card shows, I was with my husband. This time he had to work. So I decided to be brave and go by myself.
Way to be brave.
And okay. I can tell you obviously I wanted to go to look at cards, but I think I was extremely overwhelmed. But there were some people that I had met in the hobby that I knew they were going to be there. So to me, that time going by myself was a time to be brave and start networking with these people. And so that's when I got to meet Jay from Mojo Sports. And that was kind of like my big goal. I was like, where is he? And we ended up talking for a really long time, had a great time. And then the sports card couple, the wife came out there, and her and I walked around the show, and we became good friends. And that was really my goal this time, was to start meeting the people that I'm talking to, start getting those relationships instead of just on Instagram, And that was the best part of it, was just the networking and the talking and the relationships. So, yeah.
Well, Jenny, just so you know, you and I have a very similar goal. So, I do some traveling, but I probably don't do as much traveling as other people do.
Right.
We primarily are in LA. We go to San Diego. We've been to the Bay Area. I like to go to the Bay Area more. Probably at least once or twice this year is a goal of mine. But I don't do a whole lot of traveling. We have been to the National in Chicago 2 times this past year and 2 years before that. I'm originally from Chicago, born and raised, so we do a lot of stuff over there other than the show. I try to get out and meet as many people as possible. When we first started, I think I put out a year deadline on myself to kind of meet as many people as I've seen that's doing content. And even now, I try to stand and talk with people that I've conversed with through social media and talk through in different ways. So our goals line up. I mean, to me, if you want to do something, you got to have a strategy about how you're doing it. And I try to make sure I stick to my strategy. Just so you know, when we started Rolling with FD, it was about showcasing women, children, people of color in the hobby, outside the hobby, talking sports, talking about stuff that has nothing to do with sports, finding out about people and who they are. That's what this whole thing has been about. So I want you to know our mission statement.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the best. If you're going to love doing something and you're going to be doing it the rest of your life, you have to be all in and be full and have a full heart about it. And I think that's been that's why I've gotten so involved, is I want to be pure about it and be real about it. And I might not know everything, and I might not know all the stats, and I might not know some things that other guys know, but it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Does not matter. Now, tell us a little bit about, I know you went through your background, but tell us about your service part of your background. Walk people through that.
Okay. So I said I was born in Wisconsin, but in 5th grade, I moved to Fort Hood, Texas, or Killeen, Texas. So I was an Army brat, and I was the kid that would cry during the national anthem. I get very emotional, even at a rodeo. It just always meant something to me. And so growing up, experiencing that and seeing that, it was something I always wanted to do. But I got married, started having children, and became a mama, right? So around 32 years old, I decided to go talk to a recruiter, because I had this feeling that if I didn't know what it felt like to be in uniform, if I didn't get to wear combat boots, I would be in my rocking chair someday with regrets. And that's not who I am. I didn't want that regret. So I was like, I'm old, but let me try. So I went to talk to a recruiter, and I went to talk to an Air Force recruiter. Thought that was maybe my best bet at the time. And went to basic training at 32 and a half years old in San Antonio, Texas. My kids were, I think my youngest, Lizzie, was maybe 7 or 8. And I had 2 others that were older, and everyone understood. My neighbors didn't understand so much. Like, how can you leave your family? And I'm like, I mean, my family all agrees and supports me. So I was gone about 9.5 weeks to basic, and then 6.5 weeks to become, I picked the shortest tech school because I had children. I was told I could pick any job. I was like, what's the shortest? They were like, truck driver. So I went to vehicle operations school for 6.5 weeks after that, and I basically could drive, forklifts, trucks, all that. But that's what I did. And then I was in about 6 years. And by then, I'd already gotten my education through the Air Force, and I was just tired. My body went, from like couch potato mom to, warrior. Really fast. And so my knees, and I was just done. But I did 6 years and got my education out of it, and got my uniform hanging up in my closet. And
well, thank you for your service, man.
It was my honor, and it was something it was just a dream of mine. So
wonderful story. Wonderful story. So we got you were talking about Lizzie. Lizzie's here.
Yeah, that's my youngest.
Yeah, she says, go mama. That's my mama too. Spit that knowledge.
Look at her say, "Go Cowboys."
Oh, hold on. Look at the key word before "Go Cowboys." However, Lizzie, I know I said some things earlier about them Cowboys, so we're gonna see. I'm going to hit you up after that game, see what's going on.
Oh my gosh.
Good luck to you, though. Good luck. Not too much, but good luck to you. All right, we got Sasha saying she's so beautiful.
That's my husband.
All right, Sasha, come through, represent, man. Yeah, throw that on that screen. That's right. We got Zerny saying, "What's up, fam? Happy New Year! Happy New Year to you too. I think 2024 is going to be a special year for many, many people."
Mm-hmm.
Michael Ham, who also has supported me from day one. We met at the National Sit Down and Talk. Michael, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I always appreciate you taking the time. Machado, welcome, Janet. Hope you got people here.
Oh no, not the Forrest Gump voice. No.
Yeah, what is it? What is this? Something you do?
It's like no. In basic training, they'd always.
Oh,
like,
love you, Jenny.
Jenny.
Love you, Jenny. Yeah, well.
Peas and carrots, Jenny. No. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yo, Big John, my guy. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, Big John. Happy New Year too. Then we got Phyllis Washburn.
That is Papa Washburn's wife. Yes.
There you go. Mama J, good to have you here. I love it when family comes through.
I love my family.
You got Phil Washburn. Isn't my daughter the most gorgeous?
Sorry, they're blowing up your chat.
No, I love it. Come on through, people. You got to represent when your people are on. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Love my family.
That's what it's all about. We got Jonathan Williams. Go Army.
Oh no. See, that's my daughter's boyfriend. So he's my family. And yes, no, go Air Force.
Okay. Machado says, forgot to say Happy New Year, FD. Happy New Year, Jenny. Let's keep growing this hobby. And most important, lead the fun. Love to all. Let's go. That is what it's all about.
It is.
So when you attend the I've never been to a Dallas Card Show. I've heard that and I've seen that it's very large and footage, square footage. What's it like for you moving around in that space? Describe to everyone who hasn't been there what that's like.
So there's actually multiple rooms. And like I said, I was a little overwhelmed. But you know, it's all set up really good with the tables and everybody has their big banners up. And so you can kind of see where places are. But I mean, you walk in and you're going to be overwhelmed. You are. And you just start at one end and mosey your way around. But like I said, there's probably 4 or 5 rooms off of the big room that have little secret rooms that also have tons of cards. So it definitely, you know, it's usually a 4-day thing. And I'm only going on the weekend. I would say probably 2 or 3 days to really get through it and be able to enjoy it.
So now, have you been to the National? I know you say you aspire to go to Cleveland. Okay,
I have not.
It's the same. I mean, it's not. It's bigger than Dallas, but it's the same kind of mindset. You got multiple rooms, multiple areas. I've never been to Cleveland. I understand that Cleveland is smaller in size than the convention center that's in Chicago, but I know it'll be power packed. You will enjoy yourself. There's a lot to
and I think it's back in Chicago in 2025. I'm pretty sure. So, and I love Chicago. It's one of
I'm gonna try to be there. I may not be able to make Cleveland, but I'm definitely gonna try to be there in 2025 for Chicago. I want to take my kids and do we've gone before and done like family stuff in Chicago and the show. I want to go. I've never been to Chicago as a tourist, so I want to go as a tourist and check out some things and see what it's like and just try to have nothing but fun.
Right.
Yeah. Cool. And then you can get from Rosemont downtown, no problem, and kind of move around a little bit. So I know we talked about what player. Well, excuse me. I think we talked about what teams you like, but what players excite you? I know we talked about Rookie of the Year. We talked about Wemby and Chet, but beyond that, what players really get you excited? And whatever sports.
Right. So right now, obviously Jordan Love. Well, it has been Jordan Love since my first Dallas Card Show when I actually got Jordan Love rookie cards before he was even starting. So this year is really good for me. You know, like I said, I have a lot of Clays. At PC, Bo Jackson is one of my favorite to PC. I love Bo. I used to have his posters all over my wall as a little girl, especially the ones without the shirt. You know, the shirtless ones. Yes. So I actually have all those cards. You know, I have Patty Mahomes. I like Patrick. I've always liked Patrick. Brett Favre. Brett Favre used to excite me a lot. but so I do have a few of his cards.
He doesn't excite you anymore after he retired?
I mean, he's okay. And then, I don't know. It's changed a little. Aaron Rodgers was really big when Aaron Rodgers was there, and I still, support Aaron completely. And I'd love to watch him play again, hopefully. So
I think you'll see him again. I think he'll be back.
Yeah, he's fun to watch, but I guess, and really just like my husband collects all the Black Hall of Famer baseball cards, and that's been really fun to research. We've done a lot of like, I think when I first started doing Instagram, I was doing some little facts, so I was really researching a lot of them. But he's been really focused on getting every single one. Ernie Banks, I've taken a really big liking to. I mean, he's just got this genuine, beautiful smile, and he just seems like he was this just amazingly beautiful person. So we, the Ernie Banks cards that we have, we've been trying to get every single year, and we're lacking a few still, but yeah. So, I mean, that's, those are probably people that excite me the most. If my husband was here, he'd tell you different people, but those are probably my exciting. And then all the old school, like I said, the Brewers. I mean, I just ordered a Paul Molitor card the other day only because of my memories. Like I remembered his blue eyes, and I was like, I need a Paul Molitor card. And so now I would probably want to get a Raleigh Fingers card because I don't have any of those cards anymore. And just to say, hey, these are what I had when I was a little girl.
So I've collected a lot of autographs since I was 13. I've met a lot of players. I was lucky enough at about 14 to meet Ernie Banks in person.
Really?
I met him a couple of times after that, but
wow.
Yeah, I go to a show, and this is when shows were much smaller. I go to a show, and they had a room in the back where you could like get yourself signed, leave for 4 or 5 hours. They would put a number on it, then you could come back and pick it up, and it was all in this room. So I had left some stuff for Ernie Banks to sign, and I came back and asked him about it, and they said, "Well, I think he's still back there signing. Why don't you just go back there and talk to him about it?" And I'm like, I go back and talk to Ernie Banks. So I walk in the back, and he's back signing. And he's talking, "Hey, young man, what you looking for?" And I started telling him about something I wanted him to sign. He's like, "Yeah, I think it's over there." And we stood and talked for a little bit.
Wow.
He was a very cool, personable individual. We'll talk, take time. And if you got his autograph at a show, be prepared to be in that autograph line for a few hours. Because he's going to talk to people, get up and take pictures of children. And yeah, that's who Ernie Banks was. So, I mean.
So then that smile I'm talking about was real and genuine with his heart. Yeah, that's good to know. I appreciate that.
Yeah, he was the real deal. The real deal. I want to make sure we don't miss any of these comments here. We got Hollywood Collector saying Hollywood. Okay.
Shout out.
All right. Papa Jim says, "That's so awesome when the fam comes in. Appreciate your service and keeping me safe."
Aww.
Yeah.
Thank you, Papa Jim.
Machado Sports, I need to visit Dallas show because I know they got all the Cowboys stuff for affordable prices compared to Southern California. Everything on price. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Y'all ready for the LeBron Topps Fanatics area? So
it's everywhere.
Up, yeah, that stuff is everywhere. I'm excited to see the combo, not just the LeBron autographs, but what are going to be some of the combo autographs with LeBron? That's what I'm excited about. 2024 is going to be insane. Yes. And we got a prelude to this last year when LeBron was on the Topps Now card with Mookie Betts. Everybody started thinking that what's coming. I thought it was kind of cool too, because LeBron does a lot of subliminal stuff. So I thought it was cool the picture he put up, and I thought it was cool. I get excited about it. Topps Chrome basketball coming back. They would be smart to bring it back. Why wouldn't you bring back a brand that you know has been successful and enhance it? I think, me personally, there's more coming with Topps and Fanatics from game used material in cards and what game it came from in the card. There's probably a lot more coming. So I'm excited. Collector's Dream says hello, everyone.
Hello.
So when you go to shows and you look for cards that you like, how do you go about talking price and all of that? Or do you concern yourself as much about that if it's a card because we want to represent all of the hobby. So there are people who buy cars that are really concerned about the car and less concerned about price.
Right.
How do you walk through that?
So usually with me, it's really about the card, but obviously I still protect myself to some extent. So a lot of times, like, you know, if I see a card I really, really like, I will just go to eBay. I'll check the last sold and I'll check the price and then I'll negotiate from there. But, you know, sometimes things are just something that I have to have and I'm like, can't miss out on this. But usually just to protect myself, I always just check to see where the last sale was. So I'm not giving somebody way more than I need to on that card because I'm in love with it, you know? Yeah. I don't want them to be like, oh yeah, you know, it's this much and but it's not. So yeah, that's why I usually check the comps. But I mean, like I said, there's been certain cards that I'm just like, I have to have that card and I don't even care at this point because that's important to me. So, I mean, when I wanted those Bo Jacksons, my husband actually bought the boxes for me to pull them myself instead of buying it. And it was more fun that way, you know? So
that's how we got them originally. Yeah, you know, I think we're moving back to a majority collector mindset in the hobby.
Right.
We're moving back. I was talking to an individual the other day about, I asked the question of what are some people, you know, what are they doing in the hobby? And they were explaining to me. And at the end, they said, I don't know a lot of people that are holding cards. You know, our tradition came through where that's what you did. You love Derek Jeter. You love Paul Molitor. You love Leon Durham back in the day for the Chicago Cubs. You may hold that card for 10, 15, 5 years or so. I think we're starting to get back more to that. It's going to be interesting to see the more I see in 2024. I go to card shows. I'm noticing that prices are dropping. I think people are probably seeing this all throughout the country. You probably have cards for under 500 really selling, under 300 really selling compared to before. You see less big cards, 5-figure and up cards sitting on the table. More collectors are coming back in, more people with their children, more families. You may see at a show now that you have ever done in the past. More people shopping dollar bins. That's what the hobby was 5+, 6+ years ago. That's what the hobby was. So, it's always interesting to get different people's perspectives. Something told me you were a savvy negotiator.
Well, I mean, it's crazy because, you know, when COVID hit, and I watched so many videos on this recently, it was more about the investor and how they can get as much and flip it right away and sell it for as much money. And now it feels like it's starting to get more about the people that actually love the card and want to showcase the card and keep the card. Now, to say that I'm not going to sell, you know, I mean, I pulled, 11 Wembies and I have my purple Wemby, which got a PSA 10, by the way.
Great card.
And so I'm going to hold on to that, but I'm probably going to sell some of my other Wembies because they also got PSA 10s. But when it comes to my Jordan Loves, I'm going to keep those forever. Like, those are not I didn't buy those, to sell them. I bought them for me, for me to showcase them, for me to put them up and to be proud of them and to have them as, street cred when I go to Dallas Card Show and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I think it is becoming more about the love of the hobby versus the investing and the flipping and all that chaotic stuff that happened during COVID.
Yes, absolutely. Going back to the Fanatics top situation with LeBron, Big John says that Bronny and LeBron dual auto. Yeah, people are going to be searching for that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
It's going to be happy. Probably some stuff with some inscriptions on it, though. Them talking to each other. I mean, I could sit in the room and come up with a lot of ideas on how we can pop this autograph game up. Megan Anna Lee.
That is my granddaughter, one of them.
Says she loves you, GG.
Hi, Anna Lee. Oh, I love being a grandma.
Very cool. A collector's dream here says, if it's a rare car you don't see much, I'll pay over comps. I feel the same way. Well, also what I've done is kind of funneled down. What do I want to buy? What players in what sports do I really want to buy, and kind of hold for a little bit? How rare is the card for me? And I really see pieces. I know I'm not by myself. A card is a piece of artwork. It's dated. It's probably serial numbered if you want that. It brings back a lot of memories. It's a piece of artwork, so I try to treat it that way.
Yes, absolutely.
Protect it from the beginning to whenever in the future. Machado says, does Jenny collect WNBA cards or women's sports in general? I'm a big women's sports collector, and me and my mom both collect and watch women's sports heavy. My mom loves going to Aces game.
I definitely have not started that yet. It's definitely something I would think about pursuing just because I'm all about girl power, but I don't have much knowledge on it, to be honest. But yeah.
Yeah, the Aces are. I want to see if they can three-peat. They're on another level. Got some talent over there. Will Candace be back? Candace Parker. A lot of questions there, but we'll see. Josh Giddey, super collector for F Dizzle. What it do, player? I'm doing well. I'm happy to be here. First conversation of the year. I know you say you really admire Klay Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on Steph Curry?
He's fun to watch. He's awesome. He is.
He really is.
He's a good player.
Yeah, it's interesting to see there are so many ebbs and flows throughout all of our careers.
Mm-hmm.
Steph he's not rare to that. He's going through something right now where you're 35 years old, the team is on your back. You got to come out every night and play historic basketball, probably. You got to have 30 points, close to. You got to shoot a good field goal percentage. You got to shoot good from the three. You better be grabbing some rebounds. We're going to need you to play some defense here, and then we might be in the game. Like not winning the game, just probably in it. So he's facing some stuff. And then Klay, Draymond is back. We got to see what they can do. I don't believe they're a real playoff team. That's me, myself, but we'll see.
I know, and I keep watching. Like I stay up till 10, 11 o'clock every night, and I'm like, "Did they do it? Can they pull it off?" And they're sometimes.
I do the same thing. I'm sitting here like I'm not gonna watch the game tonight, but I still find myself sitting here watching the game.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
What would you tell somebody who wanted to participate in a hobby? They're just getting started. What advice would you give?
I mean, I think that you need to find what it is about the hobby you love, and you need to go from there. Kind of like the last person just chatted about the women's sports. So what is it that you enjoy watching the most? What do you have the most knowledge about? Because I think you're going to enjoy collecting that so much more. So if you don't watch baseball, but you watch football and basketball, and you have a certain player that you love or you love watching, then obviously that would be somebody to start with. But kind of like we were talking about, just us as collectors and how things have changed since COVID. Just really do what you want to do. You don't have to listen to everybody on Instagram who you need to get and why you need to get it. Who do you want to get?
Speak on it.
Yeah. Who do you enjoy? Who are you going to enjoy? Because you don't want to have a hobby is not supposed to be unenjoyable. It's not supposed to be work. I'm sorry, but it's not. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be relaxing. Isn't that why they made hobbies?
That's why it's a hobby.
Yeah. But then people started making it this commercialized work job. And I'm not saying that those guys aren't awesome and they're not good at what they do, but it should still be something you can enjoy and love and have passion for. And, so I guess just getting started, what you enjoy, and go from there. Educate yourself, kind of like I have. Spend the time to educate about certain players or certain, when you get into the cards, learning about the different colors and the different. I mean, there's so many different things.
So many variations now and different brands. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I still get them messed up all the time. And I'm like, what's this? You know, my husband and I do little quizzes. He'll be like, what kind of card is this? But just really educate yourself and, you know, just find what you love.
That's really what it's all about to me. Another thing that always gets me, and I don't know if you have experienced this, we can talk about it. When you are on social media and you post a card that you just added to your PC, and somebody jumps in the comments of that post, oh, I wouldn't have bought that. Why'd you buy that? Oh, Jenny, that was just FD. That was just a waste of money. I mean, why would you do something like that? Oh, I love this is my PC card. Oh, well, if it's just for a PC, but I would never buy that card if I wanted to make an investment and do XYZ. Why would you do that?
Right.
This is a hobby again, right? We're not in 5th grade to senior high school. I try to live a life, Jenny, where I don't believe in peer pressure.
Right.
I don't believe in anybody getting me to do something or talking me out of something that I really wanted to do or I didn't want to do. I just wish we could wave a magic wand over this hobby and celebrate each other instead of trying. But this is social media overall, and in person at a show instead of trying to tear each other down. This is celebrate each other. You tell me, hey, I bought a check card. That's a great card. You tell me why you bought a check card. I can appreciate that.
No, I agree.
When can we get there?
Right. I think it's getting better. It is.
I hope so.
Yeah, it is. I haven't had too many people. I mean, I haven't had too many people slip in there and give any negativity. And I do post some cards that are just random, what other people would view as junk that I have a memory link to, or a thought process, or I just thought it was an absolutely beautiful card, you know? So it doesn't matter. And that's why I post it. I don't care. Doesn't matter.
Well, you know, if you look at like this timeline of logic, right? If you go back to 2021 when things were at their highest, probably a lot of the cars people were bragging about are probably 25% of that value right now.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Buy what you love, people. Buy what you love. Machado says to piggyback on that question. Hold up. Okay, the first question about you, the WNBA. To piggyback on that question, how would you persuade or get more people in a hobby? Okay, that's my question about what would you tell someone new to the hobby? More people in a hobby that don't know sports or about the hobby who are intrigued and want to get involved.
I mean, I think that kind of goes along lines like when, my husband and I first got married, I wasn't involved in the hobby, but I started listening to what he was doing and seeing. And I just started, that goes back to the whole education. Like I started educating myself and trying to think of like, how can I get involved in this with him and be a part of this and enjoy it with him, and we can do it together. And so I started educating myself. So I guess if it's something, obviously you would have to have a thought of wanting to get in the hobby to start thinking about it. So then just start educating yourself, start watching the videos, go onto YouTube and look at, watch PSA reveals, things like that, and start to really get to know the cards and the words and everything that there is involved. And I mean, that's really all you can do is start educating. Then once you're a little bit more educated, then you can start doing it for yourself. You know what I mean? I think that would be the best way to do it.
Couldn't say it any better than that. No better at all. Machado, I think that's the answer. I mean, you don't spend time with something and you want to know more about it, and as you spend more time, you get a little deeper and deeper in it, and you start understanding nuances. When you go to stuff, don't be afraid to talk to people. I've even talked to people who say, well, hey, man, I go in places and it's hard for me to initiate a conversation. Maybe start with the cards. If this person is collecting basketball or football, talk to them about it. You're collecting TCG, kind of talk to them about the card, find out some similarities there, bridge that into maybe knowing a little bit more about the person, and try to set a goal to maybe ask 1 or 2 questions of them, and retain that information and keep it moving. And those conversations and build relationships come later will help everybody out. So that's the fun part. Machado Sports says, love the thoughtful answer perspective. Thanks, Jenny, for the education and knowledge. Noted.
You're welcome.
Collective Dream says, FD, do you think LeBron will leave the Lakers and play for the team who drives Bronny? Yep. That's probably what's about to happen. I don't think the Lakers are drafting Bronny. I asked this. I'm only going to ask this question once. Who is Bronny as a player? And this is for everybody in the chat. Who's Bronny as a player? For me, he's a spot-up shooter. He could evolve into more than that. I was chemistry out of college. He could evolve into more of that than that later as he plays. But to me, he starts out as a spot-up shooter. I think he's an excellent spot-up shooter. I don't think that's a degrade, a downgrade on him. I think he could do very well at that and build his career. I don't think the Lakers draft him. So, and I don't think LeBron is stuck with the LA Lakers. So we'll see how it plays out and where he goes. It'll be exciting. It'll add to the Top Fanatics dual autograph card. It'll add to that. Papa, you got to come to Dallas for mini national. I have a goal to get there. I have a goal. I want to get to the national. I like to get to Culture Collision. I have a goal at some point. I love the city of Dallas too. Same architect that designed Chicago, designed Dallas. I love Flex's Dream. I completely agree with you, FD. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. John says Bronny has the ability to be Alonzo Ball. I think it's a great comparison. Alonzo Ball was developing to be a great spot-up shooter. He was doing very well at that right there. So Steve Kerr made a career after being a spot-up shooter. John Paxson, we can name many players who you gave him the rock, you got a problem with. Jenny, anything else you want to tell us about yourself? I know there's so much. We've only touched the surface.
I leave it for another show. I mean, you have any more questions for me?
I appreciate you being here.
I am honored that I am your first guest of 2024.
Oh yeah.
Go down.
I'll tell you this is the honest truth. When I sat down to think about who I wanted on for the year, you're the first person that came to mind. But people don't even know. This is what people don't know, right? I'm sitting and I look at people's Instagram, and a lot of times the way someone's page is set up, you can tell some things about them. You can start putting some pieces together about personality, what they collect, background, and then when I reach out, it's just an extension of that. It was some stuff that I knew about you already just by your posts. There were a lot of things that I did not, and I thought, man, this would be a great conversation. I could already tell family was important. I could tell that. Family is important to me. So, okay.
I appreciate that. And I really appreciate this. This was a great experience. It was.
Very cool. Very cool. We got a few more questions here. I see Bronny saying 4 years and getting an education, but y'all, that's not happening. I don't see that happening. I don't see it. I don't see any notable athlete today staying in college 4 years. I think that's the thing of the past. That's Grant Hill, man. That's Tim Duncan. That's the thing of the past. I just don't. I wish more would, because as we can see, 56% of the NBA draft class this past year is in the G League. So more should, but I don't see it. We will see Bronny and LeBron play for the Lakers. Machado, I hope so. I hope for the Lakers fans out there that happens. Great guest and awesome conversation.
Yay!
Collector's Dream.
Awesome.
Machado says, W first guest of the year. We need more women in the hobby for sure. Loving the convo tonight. Yeah.
I appreciate that. It's been awesome. It's been a great experience. I just look so forward to how much my relationships are going to grow, because this has really only been, I'd say a full year of me in it completely. And the relationships that I've already gotten are lifelong. And so I can imagine in a couple years how much this is going to mean to me.
Yeah, I think you are a pleasure to talk to. I think anybody out there who is at a show and they see Jenny, walk up to her, talk to her, introduce yourself. You're going to get a great conversation back. That's really what it's all about. I think Jenny said earlier that you're planning to try to go to the National in Cleveland. I won't be there in Cleveland, but I do want to be in Chicago in 2025.
I'll definitely be in Chicago 2025. That is happening no matter what, for sure.
I think that's going to be a great. And this time I go, I want to try to, see if we can get some people, hopefully the Cubs or the White Sox or someone in town.
Right.
Go to dinner, do something.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta take this thing to the next level. Hey, I appreciate you being here. Oh, we got one more. Building relationships is key in the hobby. Exactly. Keep networking. This is the best hobby on the planet. I appreciate you being here, taking the time. Appreciate your family being here. I tip my hat to you all.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to have families come together and be involved in things with each other, and I appreciate it being What's the Play on Rolling with FD. Really do.
Awesome. Thank you.
But Jenny, we can't get out of here.
You're not gonna let me. Yeah.
You saw the intro.
I was waiting for it.
Okay. Now I wasn't gonna disrespect this. Oh, Jenny, see you later. I wasn't gonna get out of here like that. So I gotta ask you a question. Jenny, who are you rolling with?
I'm rolling with FD.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'm rolling with Jenny.
That's right.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
Awesome.
Appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Everybody out there, I appreciate you. And Jenny, hold on a minute. I want to talk to you after this.
Yes, sir.
Thank you all. 2024.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah, don't forget we're rolling. Talk to you soon. What'd you think?